All right, we are live. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. And hello,
Hi.
everybody on the chat. Hello to anybody and everybody who is watching this after the fact. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking the video. We appreciate you. We'd love to find our tribe. And of course, hitting that like button will definitely help us reach more people that are in our tribe. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the show with Tyler last week. I know that he was so grateful, Maree, for you, and just, so much learning for him, which was wonderful. Um, okay, so it was a little bit hard for me to look at things, to talk about because there isn't anything specific that really stuck out for me. But something I had seen before, um, in the news was that they were some Christians that were being killed in Africa. So what's happening is,
Mm.
I saw this video of somebody had put together, like, this is Tanzania, for example. Tanzania in 1985, for example, and then now they show the Tanzania today, 2025, and it's everybody with a not the hijab, but the other one where they can only see the eyes,
Oh, the burqa.
burqa. Okay, so then it shows another region, another country in Africa, and in 1999, and everybody with disco, regular clothes on, and then 2025 burqa. And then it starts listing like 10 different countries in Africa that were just wearing regular clothes back in the 80s and 90s. And if you come to now, all the women covered, all of them.
Mhm.
So then I saw a video of a man, and I don't know where in Africa he was. And I think he was, I don't know. I don't know if he was like a president or a regular person. But anyway, he was streaming out like, nobody is talking about the fact that Christians are being killed way more than in Gaza, people in Gaza dying or any of that. He's like, there's Christians are getting killed everywhere in Africa, and nobody's talking about it.
Mm.
So I wanted to understand um, what that's about. You know, I don't know. And Barbara is saying also for Iran as well.
I
So,
remember. I remember what happened. I was only probably 13 or 14, and I remember in Iran, it was the cabal took over, but dressed as like whatever, and um, they were beautiful, beautiful people. They had their own religion. They were so spiritual, and they virtually the same thing has exactly happened. And people, yeah, so it's the religion that's actually doing it. It's the control that goes with the religion that's
right,
used for.
right.
That's
Yeah,
what I believe anyway. I don't know what anyone else thinks about that, but yeah, just be really good to hear people's viewpoints on it. I
yeah,
mean, there are some aspects, like every religion, there's some beautiful aspects to it that really help people, that are, real community based. And then you have your extremists. I noticed this. You must have noticed this as well, Elisa, when we were in Turkey. Like Turkey, when we'd go up, we started at the coast, and as you went more and more inland and up, it became more and more strict Muslim. And whereas, like in Istanbul, what did they say? They said they're casual Muslims, and they are Christianity, and they want that. They want the diversity, because what happened to them again is they were wiped out literally by the Muslim scene, 100%.
yes.
So they
So
said
I
we're not doing it anymore.
Yes, so that connects to this guy who has a channel called My Lunch Break, and he talks about how memory was wiped after 17 something, 1700 something, and he explains how we were reset. And he did a three-parter on Istanbul. And he said, do you know the Hagia Sophia, the one we had in the picture in the back, in the center?
Yes.
Those spires weren't there. That was a Christian church.
Yep.
I did
And they've
not
covered
know
it
that.
over. And yeah, I know.
Yeah, absolutely. They just took it, put the spires on it, and made it a mosque. And so they have been hiding. There's certain areas that are off limits to people, and there's a reason for it. There's a reason. So they're trying to hide the takeover. And so I want to ask the questions. What's going on? Like the cards, not the questions. Ask the cards. Tell us what is going on. What is happening?
In specifically to what and where? Like what do you want to ask?
Specifically to Africa. Let's start with Africa. And let's talk about what percent. So the most important thing is that people are getting killed, really, at the end of the day, you know. So who's killing the Christians? Is
We'll
it the
see if
bad guy?
we'll see if we can get some answers
Yeah,
from this.
yeah,
So, I think what we've got to remember is this system has been in place for so long that there's, yes, it was started by the deep state, by the cabal, but also there are minions now that play roles that are humans within it. So it's just like deeper and deeper layers of it. The system has it's like in the Matrix when he talks about the system has a consciousness of its own. So
yeah.
that's, it's really hard to just say, oh, it's bad guys or good guys. So let's just see if we can get anything with that as to who's doing it. Okay. It's you. Okay, so the Emperor card, when we're talking about politics, I'll usually say that's my Mr. T card, but I'm saying it's the person in control of, though I was thinking about that religious sect sort of thing. It's whoever's in control of that is doing it. Funnily enough, we've got the King of Cups come up next to that. Master of emotions, but there's always something hidden. So I don't think we would ever truly know who this person is. It's like they're hidden behind the shadows, but they're the ones that actually are pulling the shots. And you think about it, I think we've talked about this before. There's a lot of grief around this as well because we've got our Queen of Cups. So a lot of grief around this. And like you say, it's such a quick transition. Even in Australia, they said that you have to have a birth rate of over 2.3 or something to keep a culture as it is. Because of all of the importing they're doing, the average like Muslim family was around anywhere from 8 to 13 children.
Yeah.
In Australia, it's dropped below like 1.4 per family. So it doesn't take long. You think that's only 10, 20 years, whole culture's wiped out. So that's what I feel has been happening in these places as well.
Yeah.
And the more poverty you have, the easier it is for those sort of people like that Emperor card that we saw to actually get control as well. I know in Australia, there was on the Gold Coast, there was actually we have like our council is more area specific, and there was an application to put in a mosque down in the most beautiful area where like everyone goes there to do like sailing, everything. And the council turned around and said, no, you can't have a mosque here. Well, the whole world said, how did you do that? Nowhere in the world have they been able to stop a mosque from being built because they have so much money. They have so many lawyers. They have so much behind them. But this council just stood its ground and said, no, it will change the whole culture of the place. We are not allowing it. That is part of our philosophy. And so, yeah, it was incredible. And to this day, I don't think there's been one built down there. So it's money, all of that.
It is. And I heard a disturbing story in, oh my God, somebody from Wisconsin. So they were telling me the story about one of the towns in Wisconsin. I don't remember which one, where they actually have taken over the political, the commissioners, blah, 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 that they literally now have the speakers running that you can hear the speakers when it's time to pray.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten to the point now where this is being broadcasted
Mm-hmm.
so that people do their prayers in the United States of America.
Yeah.
So they completely have taken over that whole town. And I really never thought that this could happen here. And I am in shock because we love all religions, not just one.
That's right.
So if we allow for them to do their thing on top of all the other religions, that's not fair. So please don't take this as I am against Muslims. I'm not religious. I don't choose one religion over another. But we also need to have fairness. And it's I feel like that's maybe possibly something's happening. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, it's been part of the plan. That's what the King of Swords is about. It's been a master plan. And people might go, oh, yeah, but, the Christians ring bells and this and that. Well, the bells that used to ring in towns were for healing. The vibration and the frequency of them was absolutely perfectly set to help reset the physical body. So, it's, we've been lied to about a lot of stuff. It's really interesting. So look, I think there has to be more in place so that, like you say, if we went and tried to live in a fully Muslim country, there's no way we could do and get away with what happens in countries with different cultures. Like I said, it's not all of them. It's fundamentalists. It's the ones that actually just want that control.
Yes. And let's see. There was I did save something about how Trump. Anyway, so Trump looks like just put something out, and I thought I took a picture of it, where he literally said, I think it's in Tanzania, he told the government, you get your shit together, because if you don't stop the Christian killing, the killing of Christians, I'm coming in, and I'm coming in now.
Wow.
So it looks like he's got his thumb on the pulse, and he threatened the government of Tanzania, saying that they're looking the other way while it's happening. So is this just like, are the white hats already like dealing with this issue, or and that's just to show people, like for it to come to the surface so people go, wait, what is he talking about? Or, I mean, I would think they would have this stuff under control.
Absolutely. Seven of Wands. This is where they're actually trying to show an identity, or they're trying to keep an identity through action. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on here as well. They've known that this has been happening for a long time. That Nine of Wands is that it's been going on. As we know, this has been going on in so many countries for so long. And it's only probably now, because it's like the cat. Let's face it. Let's look at the Vatican. I mean, they've been part of the deep state, the cabal, the Illuminati. So they're fundamentalists, and so have every other fundamentalist aspect to a group. Within each religion, I keep saying this, there are beautiful, heartfelt, amazing people. All right, we're talking about the real fundamentalists that want full control.
The radicals.
The radicals. So they've known about it. And you're right, it's being identified. Where is it? Come back here. It's hard when you're doing this backwards. It's being identified. So this is, to me, an identity card. So they are, they've known about this. I mean, like, look at Iran back in the 70s. They've known. It's in so many countries. So, yeah. But it's also up to us as well as people to actually I don't know, just to call things out, like what's happening, like in Europe and the UK. It's atrocious what's going on there, apparently, with, like.
It is. And right. And I don't know. I have to tell you, I mean, I have my daughter is such a beautiful soul. And so she has a bleeding heart. And every time, I bring something up, she's like, no, but mom, they have a right to, blah, 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 blah. So it's almost like these new kids that are coming in have such fairness in their heart and just wanting everybody to love each other and just to be understanding of the transgender and the Muslims and the blah blah blah, like it's almost like they can't see what's behind it.
Yeah. And look, it's so interesting because the two cards that came up, like, was the sun, which is that beautiful childlike innocence of joy and everything, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe this is how, like, it turns consciousness to actually shift it. Who knows? But I think, yeah, it's just so interesting, isn't it, to watch it happening? Yeah. So, I don't know. It's and because of the way we now have the internet and this and that, it become, whereas this was going on before in countries and people around the other side of the world didn't even know about it. So
yeah, and it's funny because I had a really good friend, Iranian friend. When I graduated college, she was my best friend in my new job. My God, these people are so beautiful. Her mom, her dad, she was absolutely amazing. You could tell everything was elegance. They were so elegant. Yeah. Everything was just like, and I kept thinking, like, interesting that they live here. Like it, it caught my attention. And now I realize that's what it was. That's why they moved here. It totally makes sense now. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. We had a lot move to Australia, and I worked with GPs, like as a medical rep, and they were my favorite doctors because they were so gracious. They were such beautiful people. Oh, I just loved connecting with them. You could feel their essence. It was just beautiful. So I absolutely know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Very special people. And I guess it makes sense that they would be displaced because, again, like my daughter, those that are kind and that are giving and that are could be a good target for taking over them because they want to do it nicely. And sometimes, and you gotta defend your stuff. I don't know.
But I think there was more going on in Iran than that. I think there was a lot
yeah,
more.
Of course, because there's stargates there, and there's all kinds of. I mean, they even raided their library back when Bush was in office, the younger Bush, and they raided their libraries, and they whatever they did not take, they smashed, like these statues and stuff. They smashed and it's horrific. It's almost like the same thing that the Romans did, but now it's instead of the Romans being killing people, right? So people would convert. Now this is the new Romans, right? Like either convert
it's the same protocol. Same protocol. Actually, I love what Sherry's written. Can you put that up, Sherry, the last one there?
So they imposed the Muslim faith practice in countries they could through colonization first, then oppression of people. In Western countries, they used immigration. Yeah. They had to push it in those countries. They're like, oh, this isn't working with these countries. We're going to have to do through immigration. Yeah.
I know, it's true. So it's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating, isn't it?
So for peace of mind, tell me, okay, you already told me that the white hats are good. They're going to deal with it. They're dealing with it. Are they making a difference? Is it starting to turn backwards, like where they're stopping it?
So stopping it as in the immigration, or let's be really clear what we're asking.
Are they stopping this growth and the oppression of women? At the end of the day, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what that religion does.
The fundamentalists do, yes.
Right. The ones with the burqas. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of grief, as we know, with this, that Five of Cups. But there's two standing here in the background. And then there's the Fool card, so the new beginning. So yeah, I'm getting that there is definitely it's almost like it'll be you choose if you go and live in these types of communities and countries, but not going to be in I guess where people are choosing to be free, because we've got the High Priestess. So to me, this is a lot of secrets going on behind in the background. So I do feel like there is, well, where's my new Fool card? I do feel like there's a shift coming with this. Yep. Can you imagine if the whole world was forced to be Islamic or to be, fundamentalist with that? Can you just imagine it?
Honey, this spicy Puerto Rican girl ain't going to be wearing no burqa. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly. I know. But this is, it's so interesting because I think the same thing happened in Iran, that women, all educated, were driving cars, were like you and me, doing whatever they wanted to do. The next day, literally, all of that stopped. That's as soon as it came in as political law, because the politics and the religion got married, that's when it all changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Okay. So can you do kinesiology to ask what percentage of Christians have been killed? I just want to try to understand how much of this has happened or is being, like, out of 100% of everything that's happening, how much headway have we made in stopping this, in like reverting it, or are we just starting to right now?
Okay. How will I do this? That's a tricky question.
Yeah.
It's a bit muddled, so it's not really that clear. I can just do some cards just to see what actions have been taken. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's definitely change happening, because the first one out is our Five of Wands. So it's definitely been a big issue. It's been an issue. It's been a little bit gone under the radar or just not talked about. Whereas the Five of Wands, to me, it's Five of Pentacles, is about change. So there's definitely something that's happening that is helping to change it. We just got a yes on that. Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely something happening to change the reality, because that's a reality card. And they're both reality cards. So this should be making you feel a bit better. And again, the High Priestess, she's telling us there's something happening behind the scenes, the mystery that we don't know yet. So there's something in place.
Okay.
But you've still got those minions that, we know it's layered minions.
Yeah. Well, all I can do is just sending a lot of light and love to all those women that are being subjected to not having a voice, and that they find the way, to be strong.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are all contracts anyway, so I'm just going to honor their contracts. These women wanted to, that's what I wanted to experience, and that's okay.
And then how to, I mean, exactly. It's all an experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but if there's a need for some help and it's asked for, then of course it's given.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, the big deal here in America is food stamps. So food stamps are what they give people to go buy food at the store. And these are people that are, in the projects, the people that don't have enough money to live. they give them stamps and they can go buy food with these stamps. Well, now that the government is shut down, there are no food stamps being given. So
What?
yes, and so the first thing I want to know from kinesiology or even the cards, but I want to know what percentage of people abuse the system that do not need the food stamps and um are being affected by this.
So the ones that do abuse the system, or
Yeah.
that don't?
What's the percentage of people that abuse the food stamp system?
About 15 out of 100.
15%? 1.5?
1.5 is what
Okay.
I'm getting. So
Okay.
yeah,
Way lower than I thought. So that's
yeah,
I don't want to say that's good, but I guess it makes me feel better about the
yeah,
fact that people are speaking up. So okay, so that's good. Okay. So did Trump, was he aware that this would happen when the government would get shut down? And was that one of the strategies for people to pay attention? But the
yeah,
problem is backfiring because now everybody hates him. But
yeah. It's the thing is though, what they'll realize is they are trying to get the government back again, but of course it's been vetoed. So, but there's going to be something else that happens, I think. Because yeah, they knew. I mean, they knew anything that's involved. I can't believe though that the government can be shut down and all of that, everything stops. To me, that's just ludicrous. It's
yeah.
just mind
Oh,
blowing.
okay. So 77 wild. That's so funny. Okay. So
Yeah,
we had a time change. On Sunday, we had a time change. And so yes, we're definitely on at a later time. So I'm glad you caught us.
77. Yeah. Don't worry, I've done it before. I've been sitting here at 9 o'clock going, "Where is everyone?" And they've changed time, so I've learnt my lesson now. I double check I Google it myself, or I check it myself. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did because I didn't even think about it. So that's great, Maree. Um, so anyway, what was I talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about the food stamps, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and RG said the Democrats refused to go to work. It's their fault. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're the ones that have actually wanted to take down the government to
Yeah,
have
but
that control.
the problem
But
is
it's
people
been
don't know that. It's
so you
being
don't
put
think
on
people in the US know that?
not the people that need the stamps.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. So
Right,
it's all
let me have
it's yeah, it's all
So that is a tiny, 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 tiny part of the population. But of course, they're very, very vocal because they're hungry. So, but it's a tiny, tiny. It's like a 0.00 whatever percentage. So really, it's just up to people to step up and start helping them. Basically, people
yeah,
need to start sharing.
exactly. And I myself decided to start, supporting the local. I was supporting Orlando Food Bank, but now I'm like,
Yep.
okay, I need to support the local food bank. So
Yeah, beautiful.
yeah, they've been asking for help and people are doing like trying to help them. So I feel like the communities are coming together to
Good.
support what's happening. And that really makes me feel good because I think that's how we get out of this is
Yeah,
we take over what the government was in charge of, that we help the less fortunate.
yeah. I agree. I think
So
that's part of this as well, is all of us starting to come together, getting to know your neighbors, getting to really just start getting out of our homes and interacting.
yeah.
I grew up in a farm. I grew up in the country, so you knew everybody. So whenever I move somewhere new, I always go around and introduce myself to everybody. I have a housewarming party. I invite all the neighbors. and that's just what I do. To me, it's just like, well, why wouldn't you? So,
Yeah.
and some neighbors that had lived here for like 20 years didn't even know the names of the neighbor directly across the road. So everyone now knows everyone. Everyone now goes sailing with everyone. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. It's huge. It's huge to get to know your community and the people around you. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Are people gonna get, so what they put out was that a judge in New York, I think, said that what he was doing, I don't think it was unconstitutional, but something with the law. Anyway, that they do have to provide food stamps.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure what that's about. Like, is that a show or is it real? This
Um,
judge.
yeah, so no, it's the Queen of Pentacles. So this is really definitely looking at a reality situation, something in the situation. But the Hanged Man's come up. So I'd say they're going to push, like the team that want the government out will push that as well. Like to have it so that the Hanged Man is all about surrendering and time. But there will be a victory. That Six of Wands just came up right then. So there will be a victory around this with the action that's taken.
Okay.
So yeah, so don't have to stress. But just if people need help, help people. That's what it comes down to. Don't
Yeah.
just walk past people that are homeless. Don't just walk past people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and to answer Maria Amethyst Celentine, we do not do personal questions on the show. We do mostly things that affect everybody together in the grand scheme of things.
The
So
collective, yes. So, and I'm not
yeah,
doing any readings or anything at the moment because I'm in the middle of shifting house and doing other things. So maybe come January, I'll put some sessions up for people. But I'm really sorry, guys. I'm just got a little bit too much on at the moment. So
okay. Well, I'm glad you said that because I was going to say Maree does readings.
thought you might be going to. So yeah, so thank you. But just
Okay.
taking some time
Yeah.
out.
Too much.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else I should ask about the food stamps? Are people going to be okay? Are people going to make it? Are they going to, I hope that this is just a little.
I always find that things will always work out. Things always work out for people.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, if
Yes.
they're getting food stamps, then they're already getting some help, right? So they know how to get help. It's just sometimes it has to be changed how it's done. And
Yeah.
humans, when they're hungry, man, they'll find a way to eat at some level.
Mhm.
Like, it's yeah.
Yeah. I
You
think,
just
I think the concern is the children more than anything
Of
is really the
course, of
children.
course. But most times the children, I think, um, people will help more if there's children involved as well. So that's sort of, I don't know, that's just what I'm feeling. So, but there's been some furfies because I've got my Page of Sword card. So there's been some stories told as well that aren't as maybe bad. And that's what exactly the Knight of Wands, the messages that are coming through. Some of them, it's not quite as bad as what some people are saying. And there's chaos. It's created a lot of emotional chaos. So, it's there's I'm just getting intuitively that there are ways that people can actually get food. There are different ways to get it. It's just a matter of changing perspective from having food stamps if that's what's going on. There you go. There's groups. Two of Cups. To me, this is when people have come
The
together
community.
or they're working in tandem. There's always places to get food, especially when you have children, I believe. That's just
Yeah.
how I'm sort of seeing it intuitively. So
Yeah. 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 Okay. So 77 Wild was asking, were the deep state making money out of food stamps? Oh, yeah. That's a good question.
oh, it's a good question, isn't it? See,
Yeah.
I don't know that we have that in Australia. You just get money here. Like, I don't think. you get food stamps per se. They have food places where you can go to get food. But let's just see. What's deep state?
Yeah, that's really the way that it should be done.
Yeah. Okay. There was something definitely going on because we've got our High Priestess card again. So there was something, I don't know, there was something going on with food stamps. It might be not about money, but it's something else. Definitely some money because we've got our Six of Pentacles. So there was something, yeah. But it wasn't just about the money. Maybe it was it was about the vulnerable people. We've got our
Yeah.
10 of Pentacles. So it was more about who's vulnerable.
Keeping them under the thumb, right? Keeping these people
Or
under
just
their
knowing,
thumb and
yeah,
control.
who's vulnerable. Yeah, who's
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for some good news. So the White House has been shining gold, like this golden color, the whole White House. So
Wow.
this have to do because I keep hearing behind the scenes like the banks are failing, like big time, like it's the end. So I wonder if that's just a sign that it's done, like that's it. We are at that point where we have moved to the golden
age.
golden age, or where gold is going to be, where we're moving to a new era of gold.
Interesting. Does anyone know? Do they actually have a reason, like as to why they're doing things, like legitimately or not? You know what I mean? Do they have well, it's gold this week or month because of such and such, or
Usually, no, not that I'm aware of.
they just do
It's
like
usually white.
color?
It's usually white. Just a white.
Okay, let's have a look and see. Is this to do with the gold standard, with the financial system? Okay. Let's get one more. Ooh. Okay. So it's definitely got to do with something like that, because the star cards come up. So this is definitely a bigger plan, but there's two of Pentacles, so there's more questions that need to be asked around it. And then the Three of Pentacles, so that's a contract. So there's definitely contracting going on of some sort. Okay. So yeah, so it's often, okay, what I'm also getting intuitively is I feel it's also a signaling to some people, to groups, or to some people, or to something. Yeah, it's like a signaling of a work in progress, that Eight of Pentacles. So that's the feeling I'm getting.
Okay.
So yeah. And also the Hierophants come up. So it could be a signaling to these little worms that are still running around somewhere that haven't been picked up yet. Hey, it's all good. We've got this. You're in trouble. Because the Hierophant's an authority figure that's usually had a lot of power and control over people. But they're the ones, yeah.
Does it can you do a clarifying if it has to do with banking specifically? Is the message around banking?
Good question. Okay. So you mean as in the banking, as in the change in the banking system, more so than it falling over, like a change?
Yes, yeah. Where we've made the jump from like the old to the new system behind the scenes.
Indicating behind the scenes. King of Wands has come up, so he's our master of action. So it looks like there is something that's gone on definitely behind the scenes. Let me just double check here. Oh, Ace of Swords, we got a yes. Yeah, there's something definitely that's happened. Again, we may not hear about this for a little bit. And the Empress, definitely something new being created, bringing in beauty, bringing in luxury, bringing in, like, to me, it's beautiful, wealth, everything you could think of. They're really positive cards. So,
Woohoo!
so we shall see what happens.
Okay, excellent. The next one. Florida is introducing legislation which will examine all sudden deaths of children and their vaccine records. Failure to do so will result in fines and a referral to Medical Examiners Commission for disciplinary action.
Florida, go Florida. I love Florida. Honestly, I loved the vibe in Florida. It's really, like, really free. I really like it.
Yes, yes. So nothing to look at that other than just
So
wanted to
good.
let people know
I love that.
That
But that time.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good news. Okay, the next one. Apparently, Trump has authorized covert operations into Venezuela. It is going to go beyond Venezuela and hit the cartels in other South American countries as well. So the question is, is it true that Trump has authorized covert operations into Venezuela? Is that even true? Because sometimes they say it, but it's already happened like long time ago.
Correct. They've got what they wanted, the 9 of Cups. Because remember, Venezuela was taken over, and, like, people were literally forced into starving, and it was horrific. But yeah, and the message is now coming out that it's actually, there's a lot that's gone on there, I'm feeling. So that 9 of Cups is bringing that emotional message. So it was really wealthy country. And and I remember one year, I think it was a Miss Venezuelan one, they used to call it Miss Universe or whatever. And so, yeah, but justice has happened. They were so badly done by. Behind the scenes, again, underneath, there's definitely justice that's been happening for them.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. And talking about Venezuela, Miss Venezuela and Miss Universe, they won literally almost every year. These women are Amazon beauties. Oh my God.
Stunning. And that's what made me go in and research up on Venezuela, because I didn't know anything about it. And then I went, wow, it's such a rich country. I'm talking 20, 30 years ago. Such a rich country. Look at this place. La, la, la. And then the next minute, they were taken down. Amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. So let me ask you real quick, because I feel for the people in Cuba more than anything, because they've been in that whole state, but for years, like for years. So are they going to be saved? Like, are they doing anything about Cuba?
It's pretty horrific, isn't it, what they do?
Yeah.
What has been done to this whole matrix, what's been done to it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's have a look for Cuba. Already intuitively, I'm getting yes. Sorry, guys, I haven't been well. The Magician. So what we see is often it's smoke and mirrors. Often there's things going on behind the scenes. So that's what the Magician's telling me. I feel like because with this one, all I can see is all the tools that are on the table. I feel like they've actually put some tools into place for them, for the people. So yes, we're getting a yes with that as well. Ace of Swords. So there is things in place for the Cuban people.
Okay. That's good to hear, because I feel for them. I really, really do.
And, you know, people say, oh, it was the US that did this, or it was this country that did that. Got to remember, it's always been the deep state cabal. They'll use the cover of a country's alias. So it's otherwise what we tend to do is blame people, cultures and races, and that's just wrong. We are all human. But the ones that were driving it all, a lot of them weren't. So that's where I think we have to keep remembering that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, the next and last question. So if you guys have questions, please post them. Uh, you good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I can do probably another 5 minutes. I'm starting to need a break. Yep.
Yeah, too much
Yeah.
talking on the
It
throat.
starts triggering. Yeah, that's okay.
Yes. Um, well, let's just go. Let's just go. This is not an important question. We can wait.
You sure? I can do
Yeah.
one more.
Yeah, no, this is just from last week. Somebody had asked the controllers that react with shock when the dreamer is aware, who are they? So, who is it that can see in our dreams
Well,
and
this is interesting because I was reading somewhere that now with the is it newer phones, they say that the frequency and vibration, if you leave them on, they can interfere and get into our dreams.
should we ask the cards if that's true? Or do you feel intuitively that it's true?
Look, I feel when there's a frequency coming out from anything, if we've got a higher frequency, we don't even go into the astral when we go to sleep. I feel we completely bypass the astral. But for people that are still maybe that just getting through the astral plane, I think we can be impacted by things like that. So that's my feeling, but I don't know, for everyone it could be. I think it's different for everyone actually.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
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 it depends on what state of mind you're in, state of
yeah.
frequency.
State of, yeah, vibration we're in as well. But it's funny, I've always intuitively been told don't leave your phone on near your bed, make sure you're charging it. Like I didn't even used to have it in my bedroom until I sort of moved here, and it's just a bit more tricky here. But yeah, so that was just intuitively. So interesting. So yes, so 77 interesting because Australia people are
Did
doing
you
this days 11 days of no compliance. Um yeah, it's going to be really interesting because on the 10th of December they're meant to be bringing in the protect the 16-year-olds and under. Oh, how did that happen?
That's gotta be you because that's an Apple thing. Those balloons.
Doing this, I don't know, that's so weird. There you go. I love it. Balloons are cool. I have no idea how that happened. So I don't know. Yeah. So it's when they're bringing in this protecting the under 16-year-olds, apparently. So thoughtful of our government. So that then they would expect people to, if they want to use, they tried to do it with the like Google search engines, but the pushback was so huge that's virtually been vetoed now. So now it's just the platforms again. So hopefully there'll be a roll-on effect now to the platforms because it kept coming up. It wasn't going to actually go ahead as smoothly as what they thought it was. No, see, big three of swords. Three of swords is like they're heartbroken because it's not. And our particular prime minister got a little clap and thank you from the WEF sort of boss going, oh, Australia is so amazing. They're the first ones to implement this and how proud she is of our prime minister. And so, yeah, it's he's just running the Kabul story. It's very interesting. So, look,
Wow.
I don't know how it will go. I think I don't know, unless like they're doing in Italy, people are just not going to work, they're not paying tax, and it's not even being shown. But because they've got the digital ID coming through. So I don't
Wow.
know. Watch this space, I say.
Wow. 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 Okay. Well, we're gonna let you rest
Okay.
because yeah, we need you to feel good and
Yeah,
we need you to get better because you're moving. And so
I'm moving.
that's hard. So
Yeah.
all right, everybody. Thank you so, so much. We love you. Next Monday, we have Tyler back for the next awesome chapter. There's another awesome chapter. Every chapter is awesome with another amazing story. So don't miss it because it's so good. And if you haven't read the book, I'm telling you, go read it. It's called Bleed Through. you will read it in one day, and if not, in two, because I've read it twice and still awesome. Because I'm on the third, and now every time we have a show, I kind of have to reread it again to remember like what the question was about. So I'm on my third time. So yeah.
Yeah, to memorize it.
Yeah. So anyway, we love you so much, and Maree, thank you for doing the show, even though you didn't feel well. I
That's
really
all right.
really do appreciate that, because I was
That's
missing you.
okay.
So.
I muddled through yesterday as well, so I thought I'll have a go and muddle through today.
All right. Well, thank you everybody so much. Stay high vibing, and we'll see you next Sunday and Monday. Bye bye.